Hi, my name is Amy Grace, and I am a woman of words. I think for me, words have been everything from the moment I was born. I really paid attention to what people say, and I think that's followed through in my whole life, whether reading books or even choosing a profession. My original profession I chose was a sign language interpreter, and a lot of that is based on communication and words and language. And so now, as I have shifted into focusing on the writing aspect of my life, I see that words just carry so much weight, whether that's in what we're watching as a TV show or how we're communicating with each other. I just really value words and communication. I think that words carry weight. And as we interact with each other in our personal and professional lives, we find ways in which to use words that are either harmful or helpful. And the older I get, the more I think about that, and the more I want to be very focused in on that as a concept. So I'm not the best all the time. I'm better if I write it down. But even spoken, I want to get better and better at using words that are encouraging and helpful and insightful. Raw seems to be a word that I'm focusing on lately. I think there is something about raw that's just down, it's like earthy, it's like down here. And I want to be able to figure out how to work raw into my life. Depth is another word that I'm really inspired by right now, and excellence is something that I'm striving for. So I feel like those are words that I'm really focused on right now. Creativity is everything in my life. It is like the golden thread that is through everything that I do, whether it's personal or professional. And I think that creativity not only brings me joy, but it allows me to see things that I wouldn't have otherwise seen. So I use creativity as a tool, but also as a lifestyle. Currently, I'm working on this project Brilliancy with Claire Fraser, as well as writing about my grandmother. She was a veteran in World War II, and she danced and entertained the troops in Europe. And I find her life fascinating, and I only wish that she was still here so I could ask her even more questions. And I found that through thinking and writing about her, I've realized there are a lot of threads that I'm still connected to, and so I want to explore that. I am most proud in my authenticity. I believe that whatever I do commit to, I am full on 100% in it. And if I say yes to something, it's a yes. If I say yes and have some boundaries that I need to put with that, I'm also very clear and very follow through with it. I think the last thing that I watched that I really was struck by was something I watched about 2 weeks ago. It was a film called The Suffragette. It was made in 2015, I think, and it's about the British movement of suffragettes around 1912. And I was just so struck about how that wasn't that long ago. And when I think about it, although I feel a little bit separated from Britain and their culture, we are Canadians. I am a Canadian. And I realized how tied our countries are and how what was happening there rippled effect into us too. So the fact that some of those women, well, a lot of those women had to push through and put themselves in danger just to be able to get equal rights as a person of voting privilege, that blows my mind, the amount of privilege that I was born into. I would give them the advice that showing up is way more important than what it looks like. Because I think it's the practice of showing up every day and knowing that even if today it's not this perfect, pretty picture, that it's not about that. It's about the work you put into it. And those are the points that you're going to look back on and go, wow, like I enjoyed that process of getting to where I am. I mean, I hear it time and time again when I listen to other people reflect about how they've gotten to where they are. They always talk about the process, and of course they say, yay, I've done this thing, I have accomplished this project or whatever it is that they're talking about, or business. But what they talk about valuing the most was the process of getting to it. So I really hope that as a person I can focus on that, and also as a person who wants to share that with other people, I want people and other creatives and entrepreneurs to know that it's the process of getting to where you want it to be. It's not really about that like end goal, because there'll always be another goal. So enjoy the process. people who can recognize the brilliance in other people is a rare and beautiful thing. And if you have any ability to speak into somebody's life and you notice something that's good or positive, speak it out, because they probably need to hear that. Because we're all our own self-critics. I am the biggest self-critic that I have, and I know that. And so having someone else remind me of those things isn't going to make me better or my work better. But having someone say, you know, you do this really well. I mean, that is something that will just boost your own understanding of yourself and boost your ability to keep going and find new avenues in which to work on that. So that's something I think we should all be doing for each other.